couple of aspirins out. And I picked up the tin from the cabinet, and I'm looking at it as I'm picking it up, and I just fell completely backwards onto my back. But just then, my friend comes running out of the bedroom with a baseball bat.
Hi, Granddad.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing good. I heard you want to hear about my near-death experience, huh?
That's what I was calling about.
Okay. Well, when I was in the Navy, guys were allowed to move off base. They were given an allotment, but I wasn't allowed because I was in trouble too much. They didn't trust me moving off base. Now, we weren't on a ship, so we were on base. We were on land, to clarify that. So these guys rented this little house. Now, we were in a base, Ellison, right outside of NAS Pensacola, which is near Pensacola, Florida. And we were like to the west of us was Alabama, and to the north of us was Alabama. And at the time, I guess George Wallace was I think he was still governor, or his wife might have been. Anyway, they moved there, and this house was up near Alabama. That's why I said it was pretty cheap. So it was like a little house with a couple bedrooms. These guys shared the responsibility and shared the house. And I came over to stay the night, and they put me in the living room, and I'm on the couch, and it was like January or February, I don't remember. And it got down to 32 degrees outside in Pensacola, which was pretty cold. And they had this space heater, gas. I think it was.
Kerosene or something?
No, I think it was bottle gas, whatever, the propane. But I'm not positive. I don't think it was natural gas. And anyway, I'm in the room next to the thing sleeping, and all the windows and doors were closed. What it did was it burned up all the oxygen in the room. So there's nothing but carbon in there. And I wake up and I go, oh man, I felt strange. I didn't know what was the matter. And I felt like I had a bit of a headache. So I got up, and the first thing I did was, I should have walked out the door, but I didn't. I opened the back door, stuck my head out, and took a couple of big breaths. And like the third breath, I go, oh man, my head is killing me. And I knew the guys had aspirins in the cabinet. So I said, oh man, I need an aspirin. So I closed the door and go into the kitchen, which was all open. The kitchen, living room, dining room were all like one big room almost. The gas heater was still on. And I opened up the cabinet, and the aspirins were in those little metal tins. I don't know if you've ever seen them. They were like just thin enough for one layer of aspirin. There might have been like 8 aspirin. And you opened up this little tin, and you could take a couple of aspirins out. And I picked up the tin from the cabinet, and I'm looking at it as I'm picking it up, and I just fell completely backwards onto my back, and I probably hit my head. I don't even remember. But I landed, and I go, all right, Bobby, stop fooling around and get up and take the aspirin. Just then, my friend Jimmy, JP, we used to call him, he comes running out of the bedroom with a baseball bat. Because he thought that somebody broke in and that I was in a fight with them. So he sees me on the floor, and I guess he smelt the gas. I couldn't smell the gas because I was, too accustomed to it.
Yeah.
And he dragged me, opened up the back door, and he dragged me out and put me out on the back steps. And then he went in and shut the heater off.
Right.
And I threw up everything I had in my body. And then I just kept on gagging, and like green mucus was coming up. So I figured, let me drink something. So I drank something. As soon as I drank something, threw it right back up. I tried to eat a cracker. I threw that up, and but as soon
You're
as I
outside the
ate
whole time?
something, what?
You're outside the whole time?
Yeah, I'm outside now. As soon as I ate something, I would throw up. But if I didn't eat anything, I was just like gagging, like I was gonna throw up. And every once in a while, like dark green mucus would come up, and I go, "Oh my goodness, that's got to be from the pit of my stomach or something." I don't know what I was throwing up.
Pulling that from your intestine.
I was too stupid, and I should have had them take me to the
Emergency room.
hospital, at the base, but I never even reported it. And he had relatives down with him from Indiana, and actually his girlfriend was with him. He was in his bedroom with his girlfriend when he came out with the bat, and dragged me into outside. And then for the rest of the day, we went out sightseeing because his family was down. Hey, go here, go there. We went to all these places, and he had his nieces there and a nephew.
And you
And
went with them?
I went with him. I just kept hacking until probably about 4 hours later. I was starting to feel better. I stopped hacking things up, but I was in pretty bad shape. I mean,
Yeah.
a few more minutes, I probably would have been dead, or I might have even died if I didn't go out and get the air. I don't know how bad I really was, but I mean, it's like I just needed. I woke up and all I thought was, oh, I need some fresh air, but I wasn't thinking straight. I was already uh, crazy to the in the gas and carbon. I had no idea what I was doing. Like I say, when I picked up the aspirin and I fell back, I yelled at myself for quit joking around. I thought I was playing a joke.
Exaggerating. Stop
Yeah,
being
I'm just
dramatic.
playing around. I fell on my back, but
And how do you know it was carbon monoxide?
well, it was. We had the gas heater on, and all the windows were closed, and it was just a fire. It was a gas fired heater. It was burning a flame. It was a flame in the room, and it had I think it maybe had a little fan on it. I'm not even sure, but it was a weird looking old.
And there
Uh,
was no venting system or anything like that.
no, and we had no. I mean, it was by the window. I should have left the window open, which is probably what you should have done because when I was a kid, we lived in the city and we had radiators with steam, and we always slept with the window. The radiator was right under the window, and we always had the window open a crack even in the winter because otherwise you steam to death. But in that small
They're very
room,
hard to control, steam
yeah,
heat.
yeah, we didn't have the thermostat. We were in a small room with this radiator, and so anyway, what happened was like either the next day or the day after that, we were watching TV, and a news alert came on, and it said, "Beware of these type of heaters," and they showed a picture of our heater, the exact heater that we had, because I guess they must have been having problems with other. I probably wasn't the only one because like when the temperature drops down to 32 degrees, I guess
In
Floridians don't know what
Florida.
to do. Like, what the heck's going on here? It's 32 degrees out.
Honey, drag in the barbecue and turn it on.
Yeah, yeah. So um, I don't know. I guess that was pretty much the my story with. But I didn't go.
Right. And I would think though that a house is drafty. It doesn't
Yeah,
retain
I
that
would.
much.
That's what I thought. If these things weren't insulated or anything, and now, but I guess it was just a small enough area.
Right.
The heater was big enough, and there was absolutely nothing open, the windows or doors or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah, so
You were
that was my
acclimated to the Florida temperature.
dance with gas. And for a while, for a while there, every time if I walked into a place, now I use it. I have a heater at my house that it burns an element. But it's gas, propane gas, but it doesn't really look like a flame. It has like a flame comes on, and then the screen and this element just seems to be on fire. But I am aware of the dangers of it, and I
Right.
keep it in the den, which has a chimney, and that's the real drafty room in the house. So we
Right.
have it in there, and we're not in there. We're up in the up like it's a split level. We're up in the kitchen up above.
Right. So you open the flue in the chimney just to.
No, I don't. In fact, I clogged it up so it wouldn't. But there's still when you go into that room, you can feel the drafts.
Right.
It's coming from
Yeah,
somewhere.
you
I
have
don't.
something from the air conditioning draft. A vent. You have
Yeah,
a
well, I
vent.
closed that up. I have one of those uh, air conditioners that you put the tube out the window, but I didn't have a window down there, so I cut a hole in the wall and made a vent. And I close it up. I close that hole up in the winter. I have a thing there. It used to be like an electric heater there where I put the vent out.
Yeah,
So
electric heat's kind of expensive.
yeah, so yeah, so that that was my experience with natural gas. They've like that for years. After that, if I walked into a room and somebody had gas on, it was like it would almost get me sick, or my mind would go, "Uh
Right.
oh, watch
Right,
out!"
right. You start gagging.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it doesn't seem to bother me now, so I guess I'm.
Yeah, 60 years later, you've gotten over it.
Yeah, yeah. I was probably 19 when that happened. Maybe 20. I think it was before my 20th birthday. No, no, it had to be. No, I was 18. Yeah, it was 19. All right, because I'm trying to figure out. I went in when I was 18. I went through school. I got out of school just as I turned 19, and then I was sent to that base, and that was the first winter after that base that I was
Right.
outside.
So April's your birthday, so it's the winter after that.
Yeah, so it was like just before my
20.
yeah, my 20th birthday would have been in April. This was either January or February. Could have been March, but I don't. I think it was February.
It's quite loud over there in the
Yeah,
down.
somebody keeps entering into my shop. Get out of my shop! No, okay. But,
I'm the main character here.
yeah,
All
yeah.
right, Granddad. Thank you.
Okay,
We'll try calling Friday and have a little bit of a conversation.
okay.
Short one. All right. Love you. See you soon.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
You have to show me.